Hello everyone, welcome to the Redshaws with Scrapbook Fantasies, and welcome to another class, and we are going to be creating a tropical layout. So, I pulled out this piece of paper. I don't know why I got 2 sheets of white. Highly unnecessary, but I was thinking we'd have some fun with some paint tonight. And we've got 2 photos that I'm still yet deciding on, and the tile cuts I told you so and live out loud. I'm all going towards the live out loud, but the background is where it's all going to be. I got this piece of paper because I thought it looked really cool when we framed our photo or our photos, you know, and did some funky ripping. And I got these French pen and leaves, but the background is the key. So we're just going to come in and have some fun with some paint first, and then decide where our photos are going to sit. So I've got 2 stencils, and let's get out our tropical colours. So our tropical colours, we do have a little bit of red in there. We have this pink, this pink, this pink. Actually, we might get rid of the red and go with the Rose Madness. Yellows. Definitely have a medium yellow and like this. Oh, the metallic yellow maybe, and then the green. So we have, these are kind of like our tropical colors, and there's also orange as well, but I think that might be too many colors. So let's just come in and decide some things real quick. I actually think that if we save these ones here for stenciling, and we come in and do a background with these, but we flick this one on and we do the background with mainly these 3. So let's put down a bit of paint on our psychic. So we're going to kind of make like a bit of a master board, and then come in with our photos and everything after this. And the reason why I'm doing the master board is because we're having a hot summer, aren't we? And, well, at least that's what it's like up in Queensland. Everyone's enjoying the hot weather with us. And, you know, it sometimes can be just good to get a little bit loose with your crafting and not be so contrived sometimes. So let's get a bit of green now. Okay. And with our blending brush and a heap of water, what we're going to do just making a quick decision. We might actually stencil these on. 1 second. Oh, that's the side where the pink is. So let's grab, give him blending brush a bit of a dry. It actually didn't need water. I don't know why I dipped it in water, but we'll live. There we go. Let's come in and stencil that. Oh. The table, the mat move, that's okay. We can fix that problem. We just kind of line it back up again. Lift. Too bad. And then let's come in and put another one up here. Okay. There we go. And now after the pink, let's grab out our little sand print stencil and get some of this medium yellow. This would have to be one of my more favorite yellows, I reckon, the medium yellow, because just look how cool it is. Come in and once again do it in 3 spots. Our eyes love 3s, and I just find a blending brush so easy to use, especially someone who's heavy-handed. It means I really can't get too much paint on there, because what you do is you just grab a bit and then you rub it in a circle next to it on the sidekick, so you get rid of the all the blobbies. So when you come in, just keep going in that circular motion. And it spreads the paint right out for you. Like, it's so simple and easy to use. Okay, and now what we might do is with water on our blending brush now, let's grab out our metallic yellow. It is going to have a little bit of pink and a bit of the medium yellow in it. That's okay. And now let's dunk it in water again and just come in and pretty well the spot. Look at that. It's like a bit of an explosion of colour. Come down, pre-wet the spot here, and it's amazing. Just come in and make it look less bobby. Sometimes I like the spot look, sometimes I want it to look a little bit more watery. And the third one. Oh, even though my hands up, that looks great. Okay, now while we're on with the splats, let's come in. Yes. And do a little bit of an orange splat. Small. The green is only going to be for flicking. Just so then we get those highlights, and so that we don't, what's it called, make brown. It's very easy. I want this layout to be nice and bright. Don't get me wrong, some layouts look really good if there's a bit of brown texture in there, but I want this one to be nice and bright. So we've got a bit of the rose madder and a bit of our orange. I haven't put this one out yet. We might do. Because what we're doing is we're making it watery enough that when we come in with our splats, you can still see the stenciling underneath. Okay, so then we're just going to rub our blending brush on the side of our water jar here, which, yes, is recycled marmalade jar. Let's grab that metallic pink. Put it in the water, and then... So if you don't spritz it beforehand, you get a bit of more of a effect. The paint's more condensed, whereas if you spritz down where you're going to do it before you let it go, it moves the paint a little bit further. Does that make sense? See how the paint's all in one spot, whereas this one here has moved a little bit? Bit of a trick. Oh, dearie doctor. That one isn't anything yet. Okay, so let's come in and get the orange. So that's our next size colour. Orange can be a little bit of a difficult colour to deal with because it's so bright, but it looks great. This will need about 50 years to dry. But, and one last one. There we go. We're just going to come in and wipe down where I got a bit of orange. Oof, up here. Suppose we got a bit more orange than expected over the board. Definitely do this with a cloth spare if you got things that you like around you, or if not, just move those things. Probably your safest bet. Okay, so then let's get our rose madder, or a rose madder. Look at that colour. I've been waiting to use this colour. Okay, so oh, yes, and then so just about coming in and having fun. This is like a good page if you want to detox, if you just need to get in there, be creative, let some paint flow. You know, it is an excellent layout for that. We're doing this on top of the design board, so then we can move it off our desk and it can dry while we come in and do the rest of our layout bits and pieces, because yeah, it's gonna need time to dry. Okay, so let's just... Now, I know a lot of you don't like to use your fingers, so I'm going to try and avoid using my fingers in this class to show you that you can do all of the rubbing techniques with your paintbrush. So we're just going to come in with a bit of this light pink again. And just on an angle, nearly horizontal with the page, your paintbrush, come in and rub it down. And then same over here, on an angle with the page. So it's amazing how hot it is because our feet that we stenciled down are already dry. So by rubbing it, we're actually rubbing... I don't know if you can see that. When I lift the design bit so then you can. We're actually able to rub the paint away and still get the feet, which is pretty cool. And then we need a third bit of pink. And we're just going to come in and rub it down here in the corner. So I prefer to rub inwards if you can sit the page comfortably, so then you can do that, not outwards. It means that it's very natural. You don't have to work the paint too hard. And then let's grab this medium yellow. Come and rub it over. So we're focusing on getting our edges, so then there's not much white along them. There we go. And then just spread this bit of water out to where it's pooling, because we can start to tell where it's pooling because it's already drying that fast. Like I said, hot summer. What we want to do is just move it a little bit over to our areas. They're still a little bit white. I'm not too worried about the middle because that's mainly where my photos are probably going to go. So I don't really have to worry about that segment being, you know, a bit lighter than the rest. And then what we can just see how we're just slightly scraping. We're not gouging. We're, once again, on the angle, kind of rubbing it along. You just want to really go frantically and rub in circles and then do a few straight lines because then it looks natural, see? And now what we want to do is come in and do our green flicks, and then we're going to set this aside and do the next step. So, which is our photos. So let's grab the fan brush, where I've put it. Put it here. Grabbing out our fan brush. Getting a smidge of green. Dunking it in the water. And then let's just come in and a few flicks. It doesn't have to be much because we are going to be using the green frangipani leaves around our photos, but I'll just lift it up so then you can see that. So with the few green flicks, it just helps kind of make that little bit of a contrast. It doesn't have to be like overload, like a whole nother color on there. It just has to, you know, sit kind of lightly on the page as like a nice little note of color. Okay, so moving this one, let's move the pot out of the way so that we don't accidentally get paint on our page or on our photos. So grabbing our frame, and here's our two photos that we had protected with the frangipanis, and luckily, because we've got paint splattered all over them, that's okay. So splattering goes a fair way. Now, I was thinking of just doing one of these photos, but I think I might do both. Hear me out, because Amelia and I love, and I mean love, to take selfies. So this is these are two of our selfies. We're pretty good at taking a selfie. My year 12 year, my whole phone was just selfies of Amelia and I. So yeah, we are spectacular at taking selfies. So I was thinking that if we did kind of like a 6-inch strip that went across the page, and then put "I told you so" next to us. Or what we did is that we framed the photos separately and we inked the edges in this black so they really popped. And what we can do then is put the "I told you so" with a couple of leaves around. And the "I told you so," I'm definitely, oh no, not the "I told you so," the "live out loud." That's what I'm thinking, how does "I told you so" work? No, sorry. The "live out loud," if we come and put that one on and we put that in a black so then it stands out on our background. So let me just, and then like a few little leaves, but we'll work out the leaves in a second. What we need to do is we need to first make the "live out loud," not the "I told you so" bit, the "live out loud," and maybe also a few of these like sparkles, and then we're going to come in and do our photo mats. So, because Tropical is a whole new collection for us, and it has a paper pack, a fussy cut pack, kits like single sheets of paper. It has a color cut, the French pennies. Actually, it has quite a few color cuts. It's also got the hearts and stars. I'm just trying to remember all off the top of my head. But yeah, Tropical is an amazing collection. It is the one that we have taken to the cruise to teach with, as this collection was actually the first one that we organized in the new style of printing. It took several months to get it right, but yes, and here we go. So there's our Live Out Loud, and we're just going to get a few of these diamonds. I reckon about 5 should do the trick. But we might just colour in 7, just so that we get a broad range, because there's actually 2 different sizes on the sheet. I don't know if you can see that, but there's 2 different size diamonds on the sheet. So by doing 7, it means that we can pick and choose the size that we use to stick our page together. So let's get in here and do our mat. So this is the piece of Tropical Paper 3. So in the paper pack, you get 2 of these, plus the slip that's got a pattern behind it that isn't on any other sheet of paper. And no, I'm not showing you a sneak peek of that pattern. It is shown on the reveal video, which like this class is pre-recorded because we are currently away teaching and working on a cruise, but we'll be back very soon to teach live. So did we decide on 1 or 2 photos? Reckon both of them? We do love a good selfie, Amelia and I. Actually, we might do it as like a block. Yes, okay. So we're going to do a bit of math first, because now I've decided to do it as a block. So across equals 8 inches plus a quarter. So the height's still going to be 6 inches and a quarter, because our photos are 6 inches. So that's a simple one. Length, I think it would be safe if we went 8.5, and then we'll see if we need. I think it actually needs to be an 8th, but I just want to double check. So let's cut over what we reckon we'll need, and then come in and see if we need to cut off an 8th. No, I like that. Look at that. Oh, it looks good. Okay. So let's just come in, and I think we'll tape our 2 photos down now so then it's built together. I also think what might be fun is if we come in and we cut a few circles out of our piece of paper 3 from Tropical from both sides. Because then what we can do is we can put them with the leaves and like go around the page a little bit. So let's just come in. And do this. There we go. Oop, I reckon this way. And then we've got the Live Out Loud. Actually, Let's go this way. So when the live out loud sits just over a photo, it is on a piece of shirt and not on Amelia's face. Very important. Cannot cover her face up. Okay. So let's peel off our tape. And get it stuck. One. And then let's do the second one. Look, the tape peeled off a bit of the orange that was on my fingers. Oops, the daisies. It's okay. It is, the paint's dry on my hands, so I won't get it on my photos, which is the main thing. See? Hot summer. Always benefits to be had. There we go. And now we've got those two. And where's that little circle template? Let's come in and cut a few circles. I think it will look quite nice. So just coming in, tracing out our circles. We're going to do 3. So 1 3-inch, 2 2-inch, but one of the 2 inches is just going to be missing just a little bit of an edge. See? Because it's going to be tucked in behind our photo anyway. And that way then you still have half a sheet of paper at home where you can go about and, yeah, use on another layout. Because look at that. Plenty of paper there. So let's grab our fussy cut scissors. Come in. Cut out our circles. That one there was majorly edited. Not my best work, but here we go. So let's just keep coming around. The positive thing is because the pattern is so busy on paper 3. I do love it, by the way. It's just like chaos with flowers. You can't really tell if your circle is cut straight or not unless it's on like a plain background, and it's going to be on a pattern background. Because now we just have to think about that white piece of cardstock as a large pattern that we put all that paint on. That's it. We're just going to keep coming around. There we go. And then let's grab out the other design board. We have 2. One's mine, one's Mum's. And we come in and we put our circles just sitting all around. And then let's grab our Timmy scissors and come in and snip out our title here. So we'll do the dodgy snip first, then we'll come up close to the letters. Okay. And let's just come in and snip off. We really these bits. Okay, so just looking at it now, I realize that I've missed one or two spots with the black pen, and we can just come in, fix that right up. Just mainly on the edges and the corners. There we go. Without that. And then some leaves, but just to show you how it's going to look. So we've got some of those little sparkly bits there. To show you how it's going to look on our background. Move the page. This one down. Put it on top. See? It's going to look fantastic. Right here. And you can see why we didn't paint the middle bit now. So let's just let that keep drying. Because it is getting there. Like, should be dry soon. So what we want is just a few leaves now. So let's just come in and just pull them up. But how many leaves we want to cut out? These leaves should be pretty easy once we get the dodgy cut around them done. I say the dodgy cut, it's just the first cut. You just do it so that it's not around the edge. But all of you ladies will know that because you're all a lot better fussy cutters than I. So okay. There we go. There's that one. There's that one. We're just going in. Around. Right. Leaves are super easy to fussy cut. Just and yeah. Here's that one. That one. So close. We might have enough leaves. I'm nearly done with fussy cutting. Like, these are just a little bit of an extra thing. Come in. And then that way. That way. Here we go. And here's this one. That's that one there. Okay, let's come in, and I think what we're going to do is we're actually going to chippy strip up our photos here. And then we're going to come in and slide in some glue. Hold up. Oop. Nope. 1 second. Let's see if I can find the pin. There's always the case of, is there a pin? Okay, 1 second. Found a pin. Here we are. Let's just go. Get the glue cleaned. So come in. We actually want that as close to our edge as possible. There we go. And now let's put this frame around. There we go. So what we want to do is we just kind of want to make a leafy border around our photo. Just going to put a bit of glue down on all of our chippy strips. Just going to start by sticking down our leaves. There we go. We're just cutting most of our leaves in half so we can get a good looking border. Just a little bit more glue, not too much. And you've just got to kind of trust the process here. So then when we flip it around, see, look at that. It's amazing. And then we've got these little small ones that we can come in and do, but then we've got our circle there. So if we come in and we just put 2 chippy strips actually on top of the circle, where it's going to be hidden underneath our photo. Put glue on top of them, and then we just come in, decide where we want it to sit. And look at that. Woo! Yay! And then we have our other circle, which is going to go there, which this one really doesn't look like a circle. Kind of want a little bit too off the lines, but that's okay. Let's see the tip of it anyway. Missy.
See it better.
Yeah, I haven't done Maddie though.
Missy's the one that's saying she doesn't really fit too.
Oh, okay. Well, don't feed her. Sorry, our cats like to try and call on second dinner and breakfast. You know, whenever there's a meal, you might as well get in there for secondsies. Apparently. And then just 3 leaves that we're actually going to stick so then they go at the same height as our photo. So 1 there, and then 2 over here. And then we've got our little diamonds. But we're not going to stick the diamonds down until we actually get to the layout, nor are we going to stick down these leaves and the live out loud and the circle. So let's see how our page is going. Hey, it's nearly dry. So let's move this design board out of the way. Put this one down. We're going to heat it with a little bit of a heat tool, but it is nearly fully dry. Look at that. Hot summer. Like I said, very tropical. Pun a little bit intended, not 100% intended. Okay, so let's put the tip of the glue on that one. And just come in and a quick little dry. As you can see, the paint went over the page and underneath. We just need it dry enough so that we can stick our layout together. When you have time at home, I suggest that you leave the layout to actually dry for about a day, you know, just so then it's like fully dry. Because if you don't have the heat to it, it means it doesn't get crinkly. Because our cardstock is a nice thick cardstock. It won't get crinkly unless you heat it. So, ooh, look how good that is. Okay, let's flip this over. Grab out our glue. Just going to come in and put a bit of glue on our chippy strips and on our leaf bits. Of course. Going to be problematic. There we go. Okay. And then what I think we need is 1 chippy strip in the middle here of our photo. Okay, let's do it. So let's flip him over. Stick him, I think about there. Yes. Right, so making sure there's no paint glue on my hands. Just coming in. Sticking down all of our bits and pieces. Well, I won't over here stick. There we go. And there was 2 leaves that we missed sticking down because the circle was blocking them. Right. And then let's turn it around. Come in, and now let's stick down. I actually think this one here is going to come off the page. Stick about there. So let's get some tape. Stick down our circle. Down there. We'll cut off the rest of that one in a second. But what I want to do, stick down my live out loud word and my 3 leaves first. So our leaves here, we just need to put a little bit of chippy strip, like a square on one tip, and then the other tip will sit on top of the photo. Square, square, square. Okay. And then we put that one there, that one there. One. That one. There we go. And last but not least, the last little leaf over here. And look, I bet it just gives like the leaves a little bit of an overlap there. I do like it. It might come in a little bit closer for these next bits because we're just doing the embellishments now. So definitely want you to see it all. Okay, so let's get our little diamond pieces. Okay. Oh, nope. There we go. Okay. So came in a little bit too close there. I'm liking. No, let's just put that one to one side. What we might do. Missed a bit on this one here too. Gosh. Right. Just grabbing in our craft knife. Let's just come in and get these bits. Cut. There we go. There's one. Two. 3. And then last but not least, oh no, that's 5. Okay, yes, let's use those 5 then. So I've got 2 big, 3 small. That is a good size range. There we go. Now, just a little bit of glue on the back of them. Let's come in, so we'll slide this one here, I think. Just coming in. Putting them in a few spots. A few bits and pieces. Okay. Oh, I got a bit of the last of the wet paint on me. Oops. So I can rub that one off. There we go. And just by having these little hints of black means that the bright background isn't like overpowering. Keeps it tame. Makes it so then our photos are the heroes. Right. And now let's just come in, and we do have to chippy strip the T, E, and loud bit. Okay, so let's move this to one side. Like such. Let's get out the thinnies. Thin pieces. Okay, so now coming in. E, and oh, that should be all good now. Let's get our chippy strips. I normally would be doing this on the sidekick, but we've got a fair bit of paint on the sidekick right now, so we're just gonna do it on our mat. I know, who would have thought we have a fair bit of paint on a sidekick? Oh, me. There we go. There we go. Glue, and then we glue that one. Stick down. There we are. Come on. Stick, stick, stick. Look at that. And there it is. All stuck. Yes. Right. Now all we have to do is get this circle here and cut it off. The excess. The edges of my page are still a little bit wet, but that's okay. And I think that might be it. The only other thing that we could possibly do is with our paintbrush, coming in with the standard paintbrush that we did the rubbing with earlier, if we just grab a bit of our, 1 minute, we'll move everything over so you can see the medium yellow here. Just the last little bit of the medium yellow and just doing a little a few little lines. They do blend in. But it looks pretty cool, I think. Okay. There we go. A few more down this way. Excellent. And there we have it, our tropical class. I'm quite happy with that. I'll just lift it up to show you. So as you can see, we still have our flicks there. So one cluster, 2 clusters, 3 clusters, 4, and the main one down the bottom. So it's just about getting loose and having fun this class with a few stencils, well, 2 stencils. The stencils won't be included in the kit, but you can buy them separately. And yes. Thank you for coming, and I hope you have a wonderful day, or wonderful night, and a very crafting weekend and a crafting December. We will be back teaching live very soon. These are just the recorded classes, so then while we were away, you guys still kept inspired to create during December, because December can be a very busy month for everyone. So it's important to, stay creative. And we'll see you all very soon live again. We cannot wait. I hope you can't. And yeah, we'll see you very soon. And thank you for coming. And have a wonderful, wonderful December. Bye, everyone. Thank you. Bye.